Hey, Donald, you know you're in trouble when you start losing your OnlyFans. Ha ha, pardon the pun. Welcome back into Occupy Democrats on a Memorial Day Monday. And in this breaking story, it's not just the sycophants around Donald that are starting to fall away. No, he's losing his OnlyFans, and I'm going to show you that breaking story literally in just a moment because we got to get straight into it. But Trump does have a really bad habit of having unqualified kind of, let's say, blondish bombshell people working around him. You know, for an example, let's go with Lips Levitt.
Caroline Levitt.
She's become a star.
When she goes on television, Fox.
This fascination that Donald Trump has, he's got a group of women around him.
They dominate when she gets up there with that beautiful face and those lips that don't stop, up, like a little machine gun.
And professional working women will testify to this.
And yes, my wife confirmed that this would be highly unusual for every woman in office to be dressed like this.
But Donald just can't let it go with his blonde spokesgal.
It's that face, it's that brain, it's those lips, the way they move like she's a machine gun.
But in this breaking story we're jumping into right away, he has a blonde bombshell who's not only an only fan, but no longer a fan. And this is happening across the country. Check out the flip that this gal has made and sharing it with the entire country right here.
Racy Trump superfan demands his removal from office. Right-wing influencer and former OnlyFans model Breck Worsham says she threw everything into getting Trump elected. Now she's sorry. A MAGA superfan who helped boost Donald Trump's runs for office now says he needs to be booted from the White House before he tips the country into total ruin. At this point, Trump is no longer just a global novelty. He's no longer simply an embarrassment. Breck Worsham, a right-wing activist and influencer who styles herself as an independent journalist, posted on X late Sunday night. He's a threat to the country he was elected to represent, she went on. He is, at best, a narcissist and at worst, a sociopath. Either way, he's out of control and poses a direct threat to this country. He must be removed from office before it is simply too late, she concluded. Worsham, whose right-wing The Patriotic Blonde account boasts almost 160,000 followers on X, has long positioned herself as a proud, three-time Trump voter. Based in deep red South Carolina, she even claims to have worked on 2 of his presidential campaigns. It remains unclear exactly which of Trump's runs for office the claim applies to. If her work for Trump included the 2020 election, her efforts would have overlapped with her time on OnlyFans, when she posed as an erotic calendar model for David Wohl, a Fox News legal commentator and father of the pro-Trump conspiracy theorist Jacob Wohl. Back then, Worsham went by the X handle @TheMAGABlonde. Worsham's change of heart from true MAGA believer to calling for Trump's removal from office appears to have happened gradually during the president's second term, and then all at once. Things started off well enough. "Today, we make America great again," Worsham wrote in a January 2025 post marking Trump's second inauguration. "Let's go!" She followed up the next day with a good morning message to all you beautiful patriots, confessing she was still a bit hungover, having spent the previous evening drunk from all the liberal tears. "Have a beautiful day knowing America is back and you made it happen," she signed off. Worsham then spent the next few months vigorously defending the president from his liberal detractors online. The same people calling Trump racist for changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America fought to take a black woman off the bottle of pancake syrup and told a football team they couldn't honor Native Americans with their team name, she wrote in one March 2025 post. Imposing the Trump tariffs will result in some short-term economic birth pains for consumers, she wrote the following month. But the long-term economic impact to American industries will be well worth it in the end. You can't make America great again if that does not include bringing back Made in America. By the summer, however, cracks were beginning to show. Worsham eagerly joined the ranks of MAGA supporters outraged by the president's handling of the Epstein Files saga, but was careful to avoid making direct accusations against Trump, instead framing him as surrounded by bad actors. From a legal perspective, even if Trump is in the Epstein files, that does not a pedophile make, she wrote in one July post. I lived next door to a man in Tennessee for 3 years who it turns out was wanted for multiple white-collar crimes in Florida, she went on. That doesn't mean I collaborated with him or had knowledge of his crimes. It wasn't until September that she finally broke ranks over Trump's interventions in the conflict between Israel and Iran. And now we are on the brink of World War III, she wrote late that month. I'm a 3-time Trump voter and a constitutional conservative. I worked his presidential campaign. I now regret all of the above, as from Epstein to Israel, he has completely betrayed us all. She later pivoted from accusing Trump of betrayal to suggesting the president is a member of a nefarious PSYOP plot against the American people. Dear America, Worsham wrote in a more mournful post this January, I voted for Trump 3 times. I worked on 2 of his campaigns to get him elected. I am directly responsible for much of what is happening now. If I had it to do over again, I wouldn't. I am truly sorry, she added.
People like the @patriotic gal walking away from Trump is really similar to the audience he also was losing through key platforms like Joe Rogan and the younger males. And funny enough, younger males and OnlyFans kind of go together. Not that they should, they just do. And so when he starts losing that type of what you might say isn't necessarily out at MAGA rallies, but part of his MAGA base, you know he's in trouble, especially when they're as outspoken as she was. You guys enjoy this special Remembrance Day in America. Like and share the video and stay frosty.